leftover conversation of women. So there was a woman that came on my dating show and she said, we're the leftovers. And I told her, listen, I am not a leftover. You don't have to agree. Your opinion does not matter. I'm not running for a president. Your vote does not count for my life. And then there was a woman in the comment section that said, you are a leftover and you just need to agree to it. Now I responded, and I'm going to tell you in advance, what I said was very cocky, but she brought me there. Listen, girlfriend, if you like it, I love it. But your husband is the bar of your life. And I'm quite sure I make more than your husband in 1 month than he does in a year. So that means in order to be married to your husband, I would have to have a lower life and I would rather see Jesus first.
Okay.
Did Kendra G really just compare herself to a man? That's exactly what she did. And as some of these male content creators say, I think Kevin Samuels was one of them, you just became the man that you want. She's full of masculine energy, Kendra G, and she's even gone on her platform to say that she's not really looking to be a wife or be married. And we know that this is a lie. It's a whole lie. Because let whoever the man that she has in her mind that she feels that she deserves and is entitled to was to approach her. He makes 3 times the money that she makes, and he will lift her up like a queen and let her walk all over him. Best believe all of that, I don't need a man, I'm not pressed, will go right out the window. And I've been wanting to talk about Kendra G for a moment now because I was watching her in one of her shows where it was a woman who was very similar to her. You can always tell when Kendra meets one of her spirit animals and one of those women that calls in, because they were both, we are too fabulous and wonderful to even consider settling for a man. Men are intimidated by the fabulousness that is us. And that is not the reason why those women like her are single. They're single because they lead with what they have, how much they make, and how a man should just bow to them and nothing more. Nothing about women like her screams, I can be a submissive wife, I can let you lead. No, they want to lead. And a lot of them, as I've said on my channel before, they want an alpha male, but they also want him to be a beta that she can push around. And a man that's an alpha, who has money, who has options, who can pick a woman that's 20 years younger than her, he's not picking her. And Kendra also did a video where she went off on those baby mamas that be calling in to her. It has to do with Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan reaches out and says he wants to take you on a date. You're saying no?
He's not my type. But if he was,
How is Michael B. Jordan? He just won the Oscar. How is the sixth black man that just won the Oscar for leading actor not your type?
Why you don't put me on the spot like that? First of all, I understand he has a lot of accolades, and congratulations to Michael B. Jordan. I told him that when I saw him at multiple awards. But, just certain things is not my type.
Girl, Jesus ain't create the man for you if Michael B. Jordan. Okay, so what is wrong? Now I'm intrigued. Why would Michael B. Jordan not be your type?
I know what I like.
Now, everybody don't have to be attracted to that man. Is he ugly? No. But is he my taste? Also no. But I have no dog in this. I have a husband. But Kendra G went off on single mothers who said y'all will let a Pookie drive your car and all kinds of stuff. Y'all lowered the bar when it comes to men as it is. But you're going to have the nerve to say that Michael B. Jordan, that you're not attracted to Michael B. Jordan. I think she was probably projecting, because if he were to approach her, she would probably jump quick, fast, and in a hurry. So she could not fathom a woman not being attracted to a quote unquote rich, famous, handsome man. He's got a nice body, I'll admit that. But Kendra G and so many women like her, those are the women, that's Black women who are in search of a husband. They flock to these unmarried women and women who have a backhanded view on marriage. And what I'm hearing is she recently did a meet and greet, I guess, where she promised that rich men would be waiting there. And I don't know where this idea that all women think that they deserve a rich man. Nothing wrong with wanting that if that's what you want. But for a lot of women who might have ended up with a rich man, she might have been by that man's side while they were both still in college, or they could have been college, sweethearts or whatever. But as the saying goes, you have a lot of Black women who want a man at the finish line. She didn't go through the mud and blood, sweat, and tears with that man. But when he makes it to the top, okay, well, I want you now. But you didn't want him when he was working 80 hours a week. You didn't want him when he was a 9 to 5. You didn't want him until a white woman snagged him, or a woman that you view as not a baddie got him. Then that's when y'all want to double back and, yeah, he with her. Y'all come up with all these reasons why, how a woman got a particular man. She must, like Kendra G one day in the video, she was like, I didn't have to lay on my back to get a husband. I didn't have to do this and that or whatever to get a husband. Y'all be totally missing the point of how some women end up with a husband and some women do not. Some women know how to play the game. Some women are genuine, and some, like I said, they're playing the game, faking it until they make it, until they get the man that they want or think that they want. And unfortunately, with social media, a lot of men are seeing that women don't even want to be wives. They don't want husbands. They want resources. They want to see what a man can do for them. And that's what I was going to say about that meet and greet and her promise of rich men being there. How many of those women were baby mamas? Probably a good deal of them. How many of them are overweight? How many of them used to fix their mouths to say, I ain't pressed for a man, and now they're 35 and wanting a husband? Y'all notice how online women are so outspoken about how they're not pressed for marriage. They don't need to be married. You're a pick me, male identified, learn to decenter men and all of that type of stuff. But then when these meet and greets come up, it's 99% women. So somebody lying. Y'all need to stop letting these anti-male, anti-marriage women speak for you. And you need to find your way to platforms that's pro-marriage and pro-man. But instead, y'all choose to stay in a sisterhood echo chamber of women who don't like men, and then you wonder why you're having a problem. Kendra G is one of those such women.